Well, welcome back to the channel. What we're going to do today is we're going to change this insert up here. This is my current cell phone holder for my cell phone, and you can see it's pretty wobbly in there. And I want to put another mount over here from my GPS unit and draw power from the battery. And what we're going to do is take this out and replace it. Now, I bought a thing from a whole new system from Bulletpoint, and they have a real good system for this. So the first thing we got to do is we got to remove these two screws that are right here in the front of this. And I got this little pry tool here. Get you a plastic putty knife or something. Don't use a screwdriver or anything. You'll scratch your dash up for sure. But right underneath this cover here are two screws right in the front. So the first thing you gotta do is pull them out, okay? And I've already taken those out right now to save some time on the video. And then once you do that, you get that pry tool underneath that, okay? I can just grab this mount right here and pull it up, but you put your pry tool under there and pry up from the front, like so, and it'll come right up out of there. It just unhooks just like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this into the basement and work on this, and I'm gonna show you some of that video in there, and then we're gonna come back and put it in the truck and see how it looks. This is a 2023 Nissan Frontier. I'm sure this will probably work for a 2022 Nissan, as long as it's got this center dash insert. And you get on their website, they got everything you need on there. This is my GPS mount right here, which is a Garmin mount, and I'm using a RAM mount system on this, and I'm not sure if I could use theirs or not on this connection, but what they told me was their system is not compatible with the RAM mount ball. I had to buy a special adapter to use this with their system. Their balls are a little bit smaller than these RAM mount balls. These are the 1-inch RAM mount balls on these, same with this one right here, but I'm not gonna reuse this one. I got a different cell phone holder altogether. So we're gonna go into the house and work on this unit right here, and then we're gonna come back out here to the truck and we're gonna install it. What we're gonna do is unbox this stuff that I got from Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions, and I'll put a link to this stuff in the description below, what I bought, the actual parts that I bought to do this. So we'll just get right into this unopening right here, and I'm gonna show you what they send. So I bought a kit. They have a universal cell phone kit on their website, and that's what I bought. I'm just gonna go ahead and some stickers if you want some stickers. You can buy them a kit on there. They call it the universal cell phone kit, and it comes in a box like this. I want to show you what's in the box. Really nice packaging. This is a first-rate product, okay? Here is the arm for the cell phone holder. Here is the actual cell phone holder here. And you just put that together just like a RAM mount, okay? And we'll go ahead and stick that together real quick so you can see that. Like I said, their balls are smaller than a RAM mount ball. Now they do have adapters that you can adapt to a RAM mount if you want to use a RAM mount, and I'm gonna have to for my GPS. And then this part right here actually goes on the actual bracket that fits in the dash, okay? And it goes on just like that. We're gonna put that to the side for a second. Some more stickers and a warranty card. So they have a warranty on this. I'm not too sure how long their warranty is. It doesn't really say on this card, but you can probably pick that up off their website. Here's some instructions. Well, actually it's a little bit about us. I don't know if these are instructions or not. Let's see. Yeah, kind of, sort of, okay. They're kind of sort of instructions. So this kit's made for a 2022 and up Nissan Frontier. Here's the actual plate, okay. It's made out of aluminum, and it's going to replace the plastic one. Well, it's not going to replace the plastic one. It's going to go on top of the plastic one. So let's get into putting this together. Okay, let me get rid of these boxes real quick. So the first thing I got to do is I got to take off this old bracket, this ram mount I put on here, because we're not going to use that. And let me get my screwdriver here and take these bolts out. Anyways, we got that loose. This is the plastic plate that we're going to be working with. And what you need to do, we're just going to set that aside because we're not going to use that anymore. There's two holes right here that line up with these two holes that are in the dash already. So what you're supposed to do is line that up, okay? Actually, I need to take this top off. Let me go get a Phillips screwdriver because I need to disassemble this so I can get to that. Okay, there's 6 screws that I've got to remove, okay, from this bracket to separate it. So we're going to get that done real quick. That way we can get to the part that we need to attach to the plastic piece. Now they give you everything you need in this kit. There's a screwdriver in here, there's a drill bit, everything you need except the drill to put this in, okay? They give you a pry tool. This is really a first class kit right here. And I did some research, watched a lot of YouTube videos online, and I might put a few of those in the description so you can go watch them for yourself. But I watched several guys using this, and they all just love it. So I really plan on doing a little more traveling this year, and I really like to take my GPS and have it permanently mounted with a power supply to charge the battery. So that separates right there for what we need to do here, okay? Now they already got, or the plastic piece has already got 2 of the holes pre-drilled in it that they comes from the factory that way. So all I'm going to do is line them up right here and right here, and then we're going to mark these other 4 holes to drill those out with the included drill bit that they gave us, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Sharpie right here. I'm going to use a blue one. I don't think it really matters too much. And mark the locations where I'm going to drill, okay? Just like that. And then I can see those. And what I'm going to do is get my drill now and come in back here, and we're going to drill these holes out. So I'm going to show you what they send to me in this bag. The first thing I got is I don't know what it is. Looks like a bottle opener, shaped like a bullet. Okay, and here's another, looks like a key ring device. It might be something to break a window with, I don't know. There's a wrench, a drill bit, a little screwdriver, and all the associated hardware you need to put this back together. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill these holes with the drill bit that they sent me. And I got my drill right here. I'm going to go ahead and chuck that up in there. And where I marked them, be careful don't drill into my desk. There's 1. There's 2. It's 3. And we got 1 more to do. 4 holes total we have to drill. That's all you got to do. Now, according to the instructions, after you drill these, whoa, what was that? Oh, wheel just broke in my chair. So I need to drill a hole in this to accept my power cable for the battery charger for the RAM mount. So I'm going to have to drill a hole right here in the middle somewhere. So I'm going to put it back towards the back side right here. I think maybe further back. I can't, I have to get in the plastic here. So I'm going to do it right here at the back edge. And then I'm going to have to make sure I can stick my wire in there, which I can. It's a tight fit, but that's just fine. It's a snug fit. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have to go back out to the truck and put all this in the truck now and work on it out there. We're back out here in the truck after assembling that bracket, and I brought everything out in the cardboard box it came in. So what they want us to do is they want us to put it back in here where it belongs, okay, like that. So I'm not going to attach it permanently because I need to make an electrical connection under the dash with this ram mount, and I drilled this hole. So I already have my hot wire up here. I don't have any of my crimping stuff with me, so what I'll have to do is fix that when I get to work on Monday and get my crimping tools. Anyways, we're going to stick that wire down in the dash for now and get rid of it. And that's for the ram mount. And then it just says to put it right back down the way it was, like that. And it has actually three self-tapping screws. Yeah, they're self-tappers. That's the bigger ones go in the back. Okay, I messed up and put them in the front. Okay, so the instructions weren't clear about which screws to use where in the front or the back. It did say self-tappers. That's trying to push up. So you got to get it screwed into the other piece that's underneath to pull this bracket down in there. So they got to be pretty tight, okay, in the back. Like that. There you go. And then we got to do this side the same way. Let me back that out a little bit. Push this down like that. We'll have to take this back out to wire that GPS unit up, but I'll do that later. So you got to get them really tight so it pulls that plastic piece back down in that bracket. You want it fairly snug, like that, okay? So it doesn't move. Then I'm gonna have to use these other screws. I tell you what, I've got the factory screws I took out. I'm just gonna put them back in and use those instead. Okay, they are actually tighter. So I'm gonna keep the factory screws. I'm not gonna use the ones they gave me for the front. I'm gonna put the factory screws back in. Okay, now that's installed, that part of the bracket. Now we gotta put, let me see what the instructions say so we don't get ahead of ourselves. Okay, so what it wants you to do now is it wants you to set the top piece on there and determine where you want your ball brackets at, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, I kind of messed up right there. It's a good thing I didn't attach that yet. Wow, it's tight. Let's get that back out of there. Yeah, we'll have to put that in. So we're gonna set this in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of the small screws back in it, okay? That way to hold it in place just for a second. And then we'll determine where we want to put our balls, ball mounts. That didn't sound very good, did it? So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a couple of the screws in it. Just loosely, just to hold it in place. Okay. Yeah, you need that small screwdriver to put these in. That's why they sent that little stubby screwdriver, so you could use that to put these screws in, because the windshield's in the way a little bit. Okay, we mounted the ball bracket for the cell phone holder, and I chose this location right here, and we're going to see how that works when I'm actually driving, to see how it holds up. I'm just going to go ahead and attach that real quick so you can see it. And then I don't have it attached to the base plate yet, but that's the way it's going to be when I go down the road, and that's the position I picked. Now what I need to do is I need to choose the one for the ram mount, and they sent me a, let's see, where's that one at? They sent me an adapter here. Okay, so I have to put the other ball on here somewhere, and I got to kind of determine where I want that. So let me break this open real quick and get this out. This is the other ball mount that goes on the actual bracket itself. Let me get my knife out, cut this package open, some thick plastic. Like I said before, this is a nice package deal. They got this thing packaged real nice, and their instructions are real clear. So what I'm going to do now is just going to simulate, see what this looks like. I probably could have ordered one of their balls. It looks like this is the same hole pattern on the back of this. No, yeah, it's the same hole pattern. I guess I could have used one of theirs. I may do that in the future. So what I'm going to do now is determine where I'm going to put my GPS unit bracket. So I probably want it pretty close to the front where I can see it. So I'm just going to mount it right up in the front holes right here. I'm going to make a little mark where I want it. I want it a little bit closer to me right there. That'll be the front corner. And I'm going to take this back out real quick. And I'm going to remove the cell phone bracket just for a minute while I do all this. Okay, this is the location I chose for my ram mount for my GPS unit. And what I'm going to do, I got another adapter here that fits the 1-inch ball for the ram mount. Remember what I said, if you have a ram mount that you must use, that their balls are not compatible. So I'm going to remove theirs for now, and I may order one of their balls to go into that ram mount bracket, but for now I'm just going to do this, see how it all works before I do that. Don't want to order anything else just yet. So slip that on there. They're a little cantankerous to get on there, but you'll figure it out. So this is the mount. I might be able to move that bracket back some. I'm not too sure if I want it that far forward or not. This is the mount for the GPS, okay? It's possible I want it like that. Yeah, it gets a little bit closer to me so I can punch it with my fingers like that. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach the actual bracket down now and tighten it up, and then we're going to see how everything fits on there. Attaching the 6 screws on the top RubiGrid, that's what it's called, RubiGrid, to the bottom bracket that was attached to the piece of plastic that's screwed back on the dash. So you don't really lose any components. Maybe that little rubber mat that was underneath it, I didn't put that back in there. I'll just put that away somewhere. Probably won't need it ever again. And then I got to move this out of the way so I can put this last screw in. And I would say you want every single screw back in it to make it stable. One of the things I don't like is a jittery bracket going down the road. Let me loosen that up, get it out of the way. So it's really like a test fit situation. You want to bring everything in and test it out, make sure it's in the right place. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go get my GPS unit, and I'm going to put my phone bracket on here right now where it goes. Right there. And of course I'm using my phone to record, so I'm going to go get my Pocket 3 so you can see how it all looks. And I have to wrap that power cable when I get back to the office, to the shop where my tools are. I got some tools over there I left. So I'll be right back. Okay, here's the two brackets installed side by side, and I went in the house and got my GPS unit so I could put it in the holder and try it out. And then I also went and I got my Pocket 3 because I needed to use my phone to put in my bracket right here. So let me do that real quick and I'm going to show you how that goes. So the first thing I want to do is put my GPS unit in its little holder and see what it looks like. I just turned it on, let it come on, and it'll sit right there like that. That's pretty nice. And then my phone, I'm going to turn it so this is sideways. I like my phone to be vertical when I'm going down the road. And I've got an iPhone 13 Pro in a OtterBox Defender case, and it could come down a little bit from where it's at, about like that. Okay, that's pretty nice. I kind of like that. I got the GPS right here in front of me. I got my phone right here so I can do navigation on it, bring up my Gaia, whatever. And it's not in the way of anything. It's really sturdy. I like it. I think we should go for a ride and check it out. Yeah, that's what I think. I got my keys with me. No, they're probably in the house. Well, yeah, I'll be right back. Let me go get my keys. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is go for a little ride here and check for vibration. You might see some vibration in the Pocket 3 as I'm driving. But I'm going to see how well these brackets are going to hold up. But I want to like this because when I hook that GPS up to power, then it's going to keep the battery charged in that GPS. So when I go hiking, all I got to do is grab it out of its cradle and go for a walk. Yeah, I may have to move that bracket over towards the center a little bit. It's out here on the outer edge, away from a screw. Okay. I'm just going to go down here and turn around. Yeah, pretty nice. All right, there you go. The Bulletpoint RubiGrid installed in a 2023 Nissan Frontier. Okay.